Hello everybody, welcome to War and Pieces, and it's your old pal Rob. Now today we're talking about something that has been on Kickstarter for quite a while now and is heading into its last few days. So if you have been behind the rock, or maybe you have not paid attention to board gaming or anything in the last month, then you are going to want to know about A Most Fearful Sacrifice, Flying Pig's Next Game by Herman Luttman, The 3 Days of Gettysburg. Now, I'm going to just have you take a look at some of the components. I want you to get a little bit of a feel of how the quality is, and just talk a little bit about what's going on here. Not much, but what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're really going to talk about this game and why I feel you should back what is probably one of the better games you will ever play, and probably maybe one of the best games for Gettysburg, by two of the most incredible men that you'll ever have the chance to meet, and I hope you do one day. So let's go down to the table and just take a look at this, for a prototype, the unbelievable quality, and why you need to go check out this Kickstarter. Now, I'm always amazed when I have to pick up the camera and actually show you something, but the size of this board would actually take up a 6x4 table. This is only one part of the board. The other part, which is the same size, is right here. And just to show you the detail of Rick's beautiful art and very distinctive style for a board, you can see the beauty and the detail that's involved here. And just absolutely a fantastic masterpiece of a board. And I mean, you look here, here's Gettysburg itself, beautifully detailed, just absolutely huge. Another thing that I really want to point out, and I'm not going to go over the rules, but I'm going to pick out some certain things that I really think that you need to know. Is the detail here. This is all prototype. This is not the final thing. I believe pretty much the art kind of is, but as the Kickstarter will show, that this is just some of the most beautiful stuff you'll ever see, even for a prototype. The Confederates, who during the war, their uniforms weren't always gray. They actually kind of turned to this color right here. And you can see some of the uniqueness on how the flags are in different positions, how they're not wearing all gray, they're wearing different colors, and in some instances they do have the gray on. This speaks to Herman's commitment to give you the real true feel of what the history was. Now, this game plays a lot like some of the other games and systems that Herman has done, but instead of chits, you're going to be using cards, and it's going to speed things up. There's friction of war cards, there's event cards. All these cards, what you're going to be doing is making a pile between the two players and then drawing from that pile. And what's going to happen is you don't know what's going to be in that pile, because there could be events that you're going to play right then and there that are going to change how the game is played, such as a fog of war card, where you're going to have to roll a certain number of dice, and that will give you a certain type of event. The breakdown of the material is very easy. The player aids are absolutely fantastic, as always. You're going to be building regiments, of course, and activating them at a time. One of the things that I really want to point out is the rule book. You look at this as a big scale, and if you think you're going to be intimidated by this, don't be. This is not a game that you get intimidated by. It is a mere 30 pages, and believe it or not, most of them are not rules. There's a little bit of history, and there's a breakdown, and trying to give you a distinctive of how movement is, how each turn goes, the card phase. Okay, once you get this, it's very easy, and I think on page 25 is actually where they give you a comprehensive example of play. So less than 24 pages. And if you just read it through, it breaks everything down, of course giving you the quality that a Mark Walker game does, where everything is explained. This is an unbelievable masterpiece. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I don't have 6 feet to put out for 6x4 to put out for a game, or 6x3, well, don't worry, because most of these scenarios only detail one map. So don't be intimidated by that. As you can see, the Devil to Play, the smaller version of the game, that inspired him to build this bigger, fantastic, wonderful experience, which is just, it's breathtaking. When you put out the two boards, and I wish I could show you the extent of what the two boards are, but I highly suggest you go check out Mo's game table, where he breaks it out and shows you both boards together. Unfortunately, I just don't have the room. But again, this beautiful, beautiful map, ease of gameplay, and quality of Flying Pigs games is why you need to back this Kickstarter. So I want to take you up top. I wanted to show you a little bit, but what I really want to do is come up on the back end here and talk about the Kickstarter itself and why you should buy and buy into this fantastic Kickstarter and get your hands on this fantastic experience. Let's head on top.
Wow, huh? Unbelievable. It makes me think of, when I look at something like this, I think of a couple things. Montana and Rice, Belichick and Brady, okay? The 27 Yankees, all great teams, okay? And when you put Lutton and Walker together, this is what you have. Why? I'll tell you why. It's amazing when you take a look at two different perspectives of these great men. First of all, Mark Walker is a model of consistency. His series of old school tactical, anything that he's put out, there is a passion that is put out into it. There is a quality that is never, people have times where they kind of, and when we talk about these two men, and we talk about Herman and Mark, they never took a game off. Okay, there have been other publishers and designers that have made a lot of great games, but there always seems to be that one game that they take a game off, where, okay, let's just get this out. That doesn't happen here with these two gentlemen. They put everything in. Mark with the quality, the thoroughness, the cleanliness of rule books. I mean, this is a prototype book. 30 pages, okay? And you take the time to read it, it explains everything, and everything is detailed and makes tons and tons of sense, okay? The scenario book, okay, beautifully put together. The map, Rick Barber map, they don't skimp on anything. That's Mark, okay? And then you have Herman on the other side. And you think of all the things that are going through that fantastic mind. I can't remember a game that he took off. Devil May Pay. What a fantastic, taking that and kind of really putting here and saying, I want to do a big game. And having that passion to do it and see it through. I want to do a zombie game. He does a zombie game. He does a zombie game better than anybody ever did a zombie game. All his games are thorough and clean, and there's an understanding of it. In magnificent style. Okay, the beauty of that, I'm making it simplistic, so the outside person can get a feel of what wargaming is like, but still appeal to the hardcore wargamer, which sometimes you can never appease all the time. But the passion of these two men, and when they get together, the things that they've done, especially here at this company, and Tiny Battles, the things that they've done. Some of the science fiction stuff. Some of the war stuff. His incredible vision. And then Mark saying, hey, whatever you want to do, I'll be there to support you and put my full effort into it. And when these two come together, you get something like this that is breathtaking. You know, being a board gamer for over, or a war gamer, board gamer / whatever you want to call it, okay, for close to 40 years, you think you've seen it all. And then I opened this up and I realize I haven't. There's still people out there with imagination, passion, and a consistency. Because that's what these two men have, is consistency to strive for excellence and be as excellent as two individuals can be, especially when they do something together. I implore you to go check out this Kickstarter. Back it. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I will put my reputation on the line on this one. This is a fantastic experience, one that should be felt and shared because of the detail, from adding dogs into units that were there, and just understanding the entire battle to bring you not just a half-baked version of this particular battle, but to bring the most detailed, even to the counters where the colors, it's just not all one standard chit of gray units. There's different colored units in there. You know, there's attention to detail. And that is what's most impressive because of the passion that these two men put into this. Go to the Kickstarter page. You won't be disappointed. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's only got a few days left. A most fearful Sacrfice. 3 days of Gettysburg by Flying Pig Games. Go check it out. Herman Luttman, Mark Walker, together, again, on a big scale. This is a must-have for any collector. And if you're a Rick Barber fan, like I showed you that map, you're going to want it. You're going to want it. Go check it out. Go back it. And if you want a really detailed version of this, go check out my good friend Mo's Game Table, who did a wonderful, wonderful unboxing. And I really feel that you really need to check that out as well. And all between this video, that, and checking out the Kickstarter, there is no reason for you not to back this fantastic project. So, until next time, for War and Pieces and your old pal Rob, we'll see you soon.